stop MOUZ from getting the momentum right off the bat. We're headed into the game, so let's get ready. MOUZ, they are going to be ready to nuke starting on that CT side. It'll be paiN on the T side of things, and already looking to make a run of it. They blow open the door, and then they instantly smoke off Mini, trying to create a bit of a distraction, perhaps, as the ramp push is coming in. And Jimmy, he's going to make a run for it. He instantly sees it, doesn't want to take the fight, and I can't blame him.
Yeah, responsible stuff, just falling off, getting the info, getting his team set up to defend. Obviously, voiding position on the site, and would you look at this? We get a double back coming in from paiN actually making their way into ramp and under rafters, but look at the angle from brolaN, and the shot's even better too. He's already done his job at this point, slowing down paiN, and now they've got to figure out how to recover from this 3v4.
So well played. MOUZ not biting on anything, not taking a fight at ramp, not over-rotating, just waiting to see where paiN actually end up. And paiN's attempt to try and throw them for a bit of a loop by pretending to go ramp and then running back to hell just did not work out, so far at least. It's Spinx to take down DDT and NQZ up on the high ground here. A couple of more kills, just get something done. The bomb plant, he's got it there. For him to actually plant the bomb, though, feels very unlikely. You can see inside of the A-bomb site, they've got plenty of people ready to go. A little bit of damage here. All right, an opportunity. I mean, if they're going to get him solo fights, it does bring him closer to what he wants. But at some point, he has to actually make a move for it here. The dualies being put under a slight bit of pressure. But more than that, it's the time that's left here. 20 seconds. And obviously, you've got to give it a MOUZ, making sure that they are being very, very careful. You can lose a 1v4 like this. This just won't be one of them. Yeah, good play for MOUZ. We'll see if they can just get a bit of an opening. Snow, obviously, still quite a young player. But he is, again, one of those, I think, momentum players for the T side here. Oh, what a flick to take down Torshi. He just, there's 3 bullets or something like that to take down Torshi. Ready for more, and he nearly had exertion. He's actually so close to getting that kill. That might have won them the round right then and there. Now, they're going to be pushing into the ramp. It's DDT. Deletes Jimvat right away. Exertion takes 1 kill in return, but it's not bad for paiN right now. And they didn't even commit to the ramp. They just decided to slow it down. They've got over a minute.
Yes, and has anyone? Oh, okay, just never mind. You know what? Nothing happened. Nothing to see here. How is this going to play out, though? Because this is very odd. That smoke's fairly fresh, so another like 15 seconds or so for that one. And brolaN's going to take down Davides and biggest. Oh, no, on the rafters. So this is a problem now. DGT's going to be able to pick that one up, but 2 more players to find here. 40 seconds, so there is time, but just has no idea about exertion. So that was very weird. That got very weird, Anders. But there was such a chance for paiN, so it's unfortunate for them.
Yeah, like you're gonna have very little room to breathe on the map if you start to show even the slight hesitation here. All right, Snow's made his way across. He takes quite a bit of damage, but even just getting there, they know that he's down there. Nice shot. That's the second time DDT's been able to do that.
Yeah, walking into the AWP there. Unfortunately, unable to get that split going, unable to create that space in the lower site. It does limit the options slightly here for paiN. As we can see, they're pressuring a ladder now. Well, that flash was not intended to go there, so
must know that this is an option. Yeah, right. Exertion's coming back in. I was surprised that brolaN was there alone, but only for a minute. Nice headshot. Going to make the drop down. Exertion on the other side. Only the 1 kill here for the captain of MOUZ, and bigoZero. Nice swing, and that's his first kill of the map, by the way. Taking down Exertion. Bomb being planted behind it. Huge call for paiN to return after. That failed flashbang actually makes a huge difference. It tells MOUZ that they weren't going down lower on ramp, that they were sort of trying to push in towards heaven and hell. Flash on through. The retake here for MOUZ is very unlikely, but they do have a smoke. If they get closer, there's a chance that Spinx with the kid in his back pocket is going to be able to do something here. Deep grenade as well. Spinx gets 1 more. It's just bigoZero, but he lines them up and knocks them down. Huge for paiN. They needed this early round, and they've finally done it. But all it takes is 1 mistake, 1 lapse in judgment here, and Spinx on the other side. Look at him taking all the attention away, shooting through the smoke. That's enough to distract him. It's just blind fire on the other side. Spinx had no way of trying to get that kill. He's just distracting, and Exertion picks up a double instead. 3 versus 5 all of a sudden, and this has just become a dramatic shift in the momentum. bigoZero with 1 good kill. He's going to keep it going. We'll take down brolaN. It's still a very hard round to win.
Yeah, 2v3, though, post-plant. NQZ with the AWP. Maybe not the best gun for this type of position. We'll have to see how it's utilized and if they can get these timings working out for themselves. Quick Molotov into the top of ladder. So that's going to create a world where the timing, well, it's going to have to be a bit of a wait here for mousesports. There's a Molotov in turn as they look to make their way forward. And we get the reposition here from paiN. We're going to have to see some cool stuff here for bigoZero and NQZ. bigoZero is going to take down 1, and it's just an easy kill onto NQZ. Unfortunate there, the potential existed, but paiN, I mean, again, we talked about how crucial this round was for that momentum. It's been completely stifled.
does it help them at all? They have one smoke. If they wanted to do something, they've got one more chance. No flashes if they can't come in for the high ground. They can't flash their way onto the A-bomb site. I mean, there is a way, but my God, it's going to have to be some sick entries on the A side for this to actually work out. You can see they're already calling it out. MOUZ they're on top of everything. It's rare that the CT side has this much info on what's happening on the T side.
Yeah. Yeah, this is supposed to be an imperfect information game, but MOUZ have like actually perfect information this round.
They have one smoke, and this is how they use it. They don't use it to try and get onto the bomb plant. They just want to get onto the side. NQC, big kills coming through. And Torshi's feeling the pressure a little bit. He's being run down. DDT to pick him up. Steal the AWP right back. This is terrific for paiN. They use that smoke to extend the ledge up on the high ground so that they can drop through it, and not just get straight shut down. Because you could see MOUZ had 3 players, more or less, that were ready to take that fight.
Right now we've got Exertion outside, as he has often been, and he's playing close. Oh, hello. Okay, well. Ooh. There we go. I was going to say who turns first. Okay, Exertion's going to find that. If Exertion gets away with this, without being traded, that is actually criminal. And Spinks has picked up Davideus as well. So yeah, somehow, some way, Anders, it's all falling apart.
Yeah, that's a bit of an issue. He didn't reload. Wants to see if he can get a little bit more grenade. It's actually pretty nice. Could see him pre-aiming into the wall before he makes the swing. So just trying to get the optimal lineup every single time. Spinks already spots them out. NQC drops in the yard. Jimmy's out there taking care of business. We're down to 15 seconds, and they're giving up the round. They're saying we can't win it. Well, they're trying at any rate. Not even maybe being allowed for here. DGT, he might die after time. This is kind of scary.
Yeah, DGT can hear those footsteps.
I think Exertion, normally if you want to push this position, you throw down a smoke next to the blue, like next to the blue box that fits to the red container. You want to put a smoke there, and the fact that it wasn't there, I think that's the reason why Snow was never peeking, because he had no reason to think that someone might be out there just based on the utility from the CT side. Snow, by the way, goes down at the beginning of this one. He's 1-9, really far away from what we're expecting. And Davideus is 1-7. I think he's a really strong player, but obviously getting shut down hard at the beginning. Awkward fight for Exertion. I would say, well, let's see. All right, NQC is going to be going down here. That's one of those moments where you can tell whether or not a player is peeking to take a fight or just kind of, I'm just out here looking, you know? Like, the lack of intention for Exertion is probably what loses in the fight.
That's an interesting fight as well. We'll come back to that in a moment. We got the walk out of the squeaky door here. Nice coverage coming in from Mini, and a couple of kills now. Oh, beautiful defense from Spinks, really delivering. And I was going to say, you know, Exertion going for the push there. That's one of those spots where...
And they're not going to give necessarily always a lot of time for you to figure things out. Like slowing down the game against MOUZ can be very tricky.
That's so dirty, Anders, because Exertion was punishing Snow where Snow was looking at where Exertion was in the previous round. So it's like, and I like how Exertion's playing passive now because he's conditioned the aggression. Now takes a passive spot to punish them checking for his position. So love the outside mind games here from Exertion.
So frustrating as well for paiN. Not to be able to find him, not to be able to control that yard. AWP out here, and they've got one smoke on Davideus. They had... Could see if NQC could do anything with the AK. This is the kind of confidence that worries me. I'm not surprised that Torshi goes for a peak like this, because again, once MOUZ have this kind of momentum and the individuals are feeling good, I think you could just see it. If you just watch the cams as well, they're laughing their way through some of these rounds. Now, we've got to that stage where the whatever dynamic exists on MOUZ in terms of the chemistry in the team, once it gets to this stage, they become even more strong. They become even better. Very hard to shut them down, although DDT and Bigos here are trying to do the best that they can. Is close as well to getting the kill here on Exertion, and a bullet will do the rest. Wow. This is a massive slip on it. It's the other side of the coin that you just mentioned, Dan, where all of a sudden, you've got a 4-on-2 that's now down to a 1 versus 2, where Jimmy will have to try and clutch it, sneaking in. He's going to get the first one, and low on health already is DGT on the other side. I mean, if anyone could, it would be Jimmy.
And DGT has the advantage here because right now his position is unknown and Jimfad's position is known. So DGT takes the advantage spot and gets a really good engagement there to finish off the round. And that is beautiful, saving it from a really, really bad place. I was actually thinking, Anders, there was a world where you play for the save there because you've got the AWP stolen.
If they can get 5, a lot to be discussed still. One smoke wall down. I think one of those first smoke lineups kind of failed a little bit. But the next one's going to be just fine. DGT, unfortunately, I guess technically got down the event. Unfortunately, just not alive. 4 versus 5.
I like the aggression here from MOUZ. They're in a round with bad economy. They don't have nades. Getting aggressive is important because if you allow the T's to just set up post plant with better util, you're going to have a really hard time. And here's the one bad gun, the Deagle. Jimfad's in a great spot here, Anders.
Yeah, almost. If he'd stuck around, he could have had the shot. There would have been a real chance there. A minute on the clock here. biguzera getting closer. It's really just him and DDT. Snow has 2 kills. Devadeus has 1. It's only half the paiN team that are really here fighting. Brolan out wide. NQC. Stunning headshot across the B-bomb site. Will take down Spinks. And 2 versus 1 now. Torshi blown up, but Exertion is next. Such a quick finish here for paiN. Stunning stuff. 7-5 at the end of the first half. Yeah, the P250 is a fantastic equalizer in a round like this one against the USPs. On the other side, they're actually wrapping around here. Something that MOUZ love to do, not just in the pistol rounds, but in rifle rounds as well. And they shock biguzera. He must have known. If you look at MOUZ demos on this map, you're going to see so many rounds where they throw the Yarg smokes and then they still wrap around through their own smokes towards heaven and hell. And there's no way he wouldn't have known. I just think he wasn't expecting the speed. I think it was not the strategy, it was how fast it happened that caught biguzera off guard. And now the bomb is planted here. Very tough retake coming in. No defuse kit in sight either. They're trying to trade their way through, but Jimmy making sure that's not going to happen. 2 big headshots, and Devadeus, he can't find a kill to save his life right now. Not that he would have won the round, but just for his own sake.
Again, the danger's always there. We all know that. We've all seen the crazy Deagle rounds. It doesn't always happen, but it can be earth-shattering when it does. Oh, that is fantastic. Exertion. I mean, he understands how the positioning works. Doesn't matter if he has vision or not. So, great early pickup onto biguzera.
Yeah, MOUZ still throw that diagonal smoke. Ooh, Exertion. That smoke was fading, and NQC takes full advantage. Gotta be careful here, but nice timing and coordination. It's another headshot as NQC will take down Spinks, and Brolan still looking to fight. This is scary now. If you lose one more to the scout, the round is officially out of control. DDT, it's not going to be a scout, it's going to be the 5-7 instead. They finally get rid of that sniper in the back, and DDT dancing to stay alive, but MOUZ, they look to stabilize the round. 2 versus 2 and still 50 seconds, so in spite of some impressive damage from paiN,
and MOUZ have guessed correctly here, looking to go into the lower side for the plant. And the door's going to be open, and I'm sure they're going to hear that. The drop down from ramp. MP9 at range against the AK. Don't like the chances on that one. And so, huge advantage in the 2v2 after plant here for MOUZ.
Absolutely is. Honestly, insane damage. That's 99 damage in 1 headshot there, but unfortunately, that still leaves Torshi alive, and it means Devadeus has all his work still ahead of him. Bit of a swing. Remember, he doesn't have the kit, and I mean, the timing for Jimfat is just insane, isn't he?
With a pretty slow start again, getting outside smokes. It's kind of the typical stuff that we've been seeing here, the wall of smokes that allows MOUZ to kind of claim that space. CTs have to ask questions. Are they going lower? Are they not? Forcing DGT to have to make a closer position to get that info to see are they breaching secret? Well, biguzera is breaching the smoke with the M4. Unable to punish it. No traces, of course, on the silencer. Oh, but they make it all back because DGT goes for the peak, gets the info at the cost of his life.
I want to buy like a Torshi educational, Counter-Strike education course, and it's just that line on repeat. That's what it boils down to, bro, kill him. Over and over again. What a great soundbite. 4v4. Everything's on the line. I think for paiN, if they lose this round, I think Nuke is going to slip out of their hands incredibly quickly. And biguzera, he's not going to live for this. Yep. One way or another, they had HEs as well. They could always find a way to kill him. Devadeus, not even clocked into Nuke yet. He hasn't even punched his time card. He's still off the clock at the moment. Certainly not getting paid for this. Snow in the back takes down Spinks, but unfortunately he has to get at least a couple of more kills, and they're relentless. Yeah. Every single member of MOUZ Sports. The only reason Jimmy has 9 kills is because he's playing that dreadful ramp position that everyone throughout the history of Counter-Strike has hated playing.
Yeah. And we forced a save here for NQZ. And we saw, I think, another experience thing there as well. We talked about this earlier when Spirit was playing Nuke. You had that spot where the T's take the outside control for MOUZ Sports, where they typically take that T-red control, start threatening secret. But MOUZ Sports with a different look this round, more towards lobby, and so not too much action for NQZ.
He snuck through. Exertion. How did he get through the smoke there? Nobody's seen him. It doesn't matter. biguzera, strong headshots. And actually, the rest of them will say, we don't really feel like that's a good idea. Right into the SMG. That's an MP7 instead of the MP9. It's a rare choice. They'll get Jimfat taken out of the round. So still the man lead. And they've stolen an AK as well, so...
A big flank too, so like huge info, and it's NQZ that's gone for the aggressive AWP flank, which you don't see, I feel like, all the time, but they understand the positioning of MOUZ Sports. We saw this on the other side of things where MOUZ Sports did this with Exertion, but this is wild. AWP behind the AWP, what are we dealing with here? That's a crazy kill to get.
And both AWPers couldn't unscope. Like, they both had to stay scoped because you don't know who's nearby.
That's so true.
So he had to walk the whole way scoped, and Torshi was doing the same thing. Missed flick because, again, the utility is pretty sick. Spinks is so low that for the minute at least he's going to use that AWP. 30, yeah, just about 30 seconds left, but with Brolan going down, Spinks has so little health. I don't think there's any way to do this. And they don't have a lot of money, so he could just say, you know what, we're not going to be able to rebuy that AWP. Let's try and get it into the next round, even though it would have been fun to see him go for it. All he's got is damage so far.
And we go back to something a bit more regular for MOUZ, going actually behind the smokes outside, taking that space, threatening Secret.
They're going to wrap through. Yep. That's what I said earlier on. They love throwing this wall and then pushing through themselves. And Big Zero knew that. He wouldn't have moved like that unless he was aware of the very same thing. He's been doing a lot of research, obviously. Basically has to get probably a double and live or a triple kill for this to be possible.
And this is so interesting. They're actually going to go back through the vents, up into up. This is kind of a crazy rotate. 10 seconds to plant the bomb. This is pretty wild timing-wise. Snow will slow things down with an opening kill onto Brolan. Important trade for Jimfat. A must trade for Jimfat to keep the round going. And we'll get moving through the vents as, oh my god, the timing's unbelievable. They walk right past each other.
It might not make a difference. You're right. Oh, well, okay, never mind. DGT betrayed by the timing. And NQZ has been playing this position, or CT spawn, pretty much the whole round. He was never in the round.
Yeah.
Oh, the call to go back. And by the way, you're absolutely 10 seconds left. I do think, by the way, for someone like Jimmy in that moment, there's a lot of pressure. You have to win that fight.
Very, very antsy. 40 seconds left, and right now paiN showing that they're pretty disciplined, holding position. Ooh, okay, caught in the upper position. The AWP position is known. Oh, the reclear. Exertion.
The fact that he's alone there should tell them a lot, right? He's typically the solo player, so I think they're going to have a good read on this one. paiN with a bit of a start. Nice shot from NQC. You can still set, they're being pushed everywhere. Like, the teams are actually all over the map right now, so where do paiN rotate? They have one person down below ready to fight already. It's Big Zero, no problems. Takes a couple more. Triple on him. Leading the team in terms of kills and in terms of everything else. Try to get this one back. Yeah. Yeah, if you got your back to the wall and then you play like you have your back to the wall and then you're like a little bit scared somewhere in the ramp, that would also worry me quite a bit, so I do like it. Nice trade though. Torshi finding his 20th kill in that one, and it's on Big Zero, who's been performing very well. NQC, he will be swiftly back though. Takes him down. How's that a wall bang? I'm not even sure. Exertion, taking down Snow and Davideus. Again, those two just do anything, do something to get them back on track here. They know it, they must feel it, and it must be one of the most frustrating experiences, just never being able to actually get something done.
It's the outside pause again. You know, T's pause, CT's looking for info. They think that the C's are still moving and that they can move, but no, you get caught. And that's been so punishing here. And still a chance though, DGT and NQZ still alive in the round, fully healthy.
But with that bomb plant down, it's so tricky here. Exertion also in an insane spot to refrag. DGT knew. Look at how tuned in. He knows. He's got the right read. And Exertion, though, playing it expertly. He's called it in from his teammates. No one's pushing. NQC comes in. Exertion might be dead as well. They're so good, paiN. Great communication here between the last two players. It's all down to Jimmy and a grenade to nuke him out of the round. 12-9. That is a sick retake.
They're feeling it.
Yes, they're always going to be excited. Now, if we can get Snow lined up, he's way better than he's shown so far. These might be some easier kills, but I don't really mind. Whatever it takes. Just don't lose to the Tech-9s. It's another headshot. And somehow we're back into the 2v2. It was good, and then it falls apart. Just the AWP left. Out in the yard. It slips right out of their hands. Tech-9s rushing through the hut, and Snow saying, I want more, just one more kill. I don't want to reload. I'm going to keep fighting. And it blows up right in his face.
I don't know where he is, so he might be able to get a free one. And there it is. Tech-9 out. And there's a chance here. There is a chance. Exertion isn't fully healthy, so the Tech-9 could be the perfect weapon for this. That's all a game of timings as well. And NQC with the right read here. Scoped in and about a 6 session to get it done there. And MOUZ scores 13-9, taking the first map. And that is going to be a great edge going into Inferno. Yeah, dodging any of those pre-nades, establishing what the CTs may be up to in the early round. And it's they don't understand that there's a stack towards the A side at the moment. So paiN playing retake. Obviously, the kit should be here. Well, it's actually with Big Zero. It's not on Snow. That's totally fine. So it's actually going to be in a spot where it might be able to get a 1v1. Dooley's coming into play to take down Exertion. And now we've got the cavalry all coming through Banana. And still able to hold on to the judge position. It is actually a really nice spot here for the retake for paiN.
It is super doable. But it could still come down to the early kills and the retake. Smoke goes up. to slow them down, and that's super interesting, actually. They're going to be pushing towards the church as well. Bigos trying to find an opening. He's charging in there. He does go down, and that means the kit is on the ground, at least for the moment. Snow coming back with one more kill of the dualies. Taking a long fight. He can't land the shot. Finally gets the last one, and it's DGT. Straight snipe to drop Spinks and Snow. You could hear the scream. It's iconic at this point. paiN to win the pistol with a very nice retake, and
now they're going for that re-hit onto B. This is great stuff, I think, from MOUZ.
It is. Snow did pick up another one, but he threw it over to Bigos. So now Bigos has the other smoke, but look, it's right on top of Exertion. He should be pushing through. Yeah, they're not going to slow down behind this one, but look at the defense. Once again, Snow and Bigos combining for a strong hold of the B bomb side. Finally, there's a bit of a return. They actually push through into CT spawn with 25 seconds left. They know that Snow's back here somewhere. They could try and run to A right now through CT spawn, but it doesn't look like they will. Instead, they're wrapping around, and Snow needs a bit of backup, and it is coming from Banana right now. There are two players rotating in. Look at everything. Snow actually picks up a triple at the end.
Snow, the hero on B. You wonder, oh, why isn't there a pop flash for the info play? Sometimes, you might have someone playing anti-flash,
sure,
and so you get a one. So, there's levels to it.
Yep. Oh, Cat's back with the double HE. They bumped into each other. They managed to block each other on the CT side so that they couldn't run away fast enough. And Snow, not even a chance to fight in the round. Bigos, much worse for wear. I mean, that's a hard way to start a round. I actually love the gamble. I love the three-man setup at B. You know that this is likely, maybe not already lost, but it's pushing your team a lot. So just try and see if you can make this work.
And this one apartments player for a paiN is Davideus is kind of the only hope here.
Yeah.
It could be a huge performance or it could fall flat, but Davideus in a position to maybe get a couple, and this has to be a solo play. This has to go huge here for Davideus, making his way around the corner, takes down one, position known, gets the AK-47, pulls out, understands he didn't get the kill quickly enough for a timing.
The bomb.
Oh my god, it was.
Has the bomb with him. If he knows, he's gonna know. Surely calling the teammates. I mean, I agree. You could save the AK, but because of the bomb here, maybe you don't. He tries for more, and it's real close. Look at the health left on Brolan. I actually respect that.
Yeah.
The only thing that I guess they didn't have the info. This would be fun to hear the comms. I don't think they knew about the bomb immediately. I think it took like a good 5 seconds before they understood what was going on. Otherwise, I feel like the rest of paiN would have rotated.
Yeah, Davideus almost completely saving the round there, dropping the bomb. And I totally agree. It was a good angle. I think he gets that kill a lot of the time. And even just the extra kill and the delay, even if he gets traded, it actually makes it very doable for his teammates on the retake. So a few more gambles it can not go your way, but if it does go your way, that makes the difference against a better team.
Brolan hoping to steal the AWP, but not going to be allowed. I don't think paiN are going to be ready for this. I've seen it a couple of times, but I feel like at a high level, it's rare. It actually looked like NQC was looking for it, so he looked like he was aware. How sick is that? DGT coming in on the other side to take down Jimmy.
Tenacity, they had the awareness to not give that. And so, great awareness from paiN. And now MOUZ, they're forced to, brute force into this B site. There's 3 players. There's a force on the way here. That's an important opening for Brolan, but there's still more problems on the site.
And at the time, you're absolutely right. 13 seconds left. They shouldn't be able to break through. Bigos gets the one, but he can't stop the bomb. That was on Torshi back there. It's going to be Davideus going down. There's 6 seconds left. They're going to get the bomb planted. I can't believe MOUZ managed to crack through that one. You're right. There are 3 people. There was no time whatsoever, but they find the first one without even having to shoot. I don't think the AWP could even shoot back there. Edge of the smoke. They find Snow in the back, and I actually think for paiN, what betrays them in that round is that the last 2 players, Bigos and Snow on the site.
And I just have to mention, Anders, is that we usually see the banana control play, but in fact, MOUZ are just further nades and they're shoving mid.
Yeah, and that is because they've conditioned them. You're absolutely right. 3 people at the B bomb site. This is kind of a horrendous defense for paiN at the moment, but it might be made better by the fact that DGT has been an excellent rifler in the series so far. He's going to get the first one. Chance for a reload as well. Molotov will almost burn Davideus, and they finally get rid of DGT. They know there's a second player down in the pit. Could he get even one more? He needs to buy a bit of space, buy a bit of time, but Exertion will not let him. 3v3, but the health massively on the side of the CTs here.
Oh, and now the numbers as well. NQZ with the AWP no less too. So are you really going for this? Absolutely not. NQZ falling off, looking to see if there's any potential lurks on him. And in fact, there is a potential spoiler here. Spinks already on Banana. Very deep. I don't think you expect a player to be here already. Absolutely, that is the case. NQZ knew nothing about that. Really, really good awareness there from Spinks to catch that one. And yeah, paiN playing more fundamental, not throwing in those tricks. And now we get to the 50-second to 1 minute mark, mid-take from MOUZ.
Problem is, one good kill here on the MOUZ side, and they're in trouble. But it's in QC. They need this right now, paiN. They need to get back in the game. A nice shot from Torshi. That's point-blank range, and he would have died if he would have missed it. Just under 40 seconds. It's Torshi looking to see if he can pave his way onto the bomb site. Davideus down in the pit. This is still a good defense. biguzero is already rotated in. Remember, he's the first man out of the B bomb site. NQC in trouble. How is he still alive back here? Finally, they get rid of him. But biguzero had shown up at the same time, and obviously no chance here that Torshi could do anything. So paiN will find a 4th round, but even in spite of the fact that there were a lot of people at the bomb site, somehow that fight felt like it lasted so long, it could have gone wrong for paiN. So I do think there's a chance that when paiN get to the T side themselves, then they're going to be setting the pace, and it could be a bit different just from that alone. Oh, here we go. NQC taking a peek in the second mid. They're not used to that. They're not ready for it either. Even with the flash being set up there, he's going to get the kill. They will lose Snow, unfortunately, on the other side. And all in all, for MOUZ, it's fine. You know, they're going to be okay with this kind of a setup.
Oh, and this is so interesting for a few reasons. The CT settle into a two on each side setup. You know the AWP is still on the A side of the map, but what is the decision? You go into the site where it's easy to play 2 players on, which is B, and they're going to walk through the smoke, and it's an even trade. So now it still remains interesting here as paiN are going to start to shift players back towards B, but there is still over a minute left, so MOUZ could still go back, and I think they're going to do that here.
How much could NQC do down here?
Yeah.
They do have actually 2 Molotovs.
Yeah.
I think he's in a lot of trouble right now. Swings in, nice headshot. No grenades thrown from the MOUZ side. Smoke up to stop that from even getting worse. 27 seconds left. And they try and push onto the A site here. Davideus crouched in with the AK in hand. 1 kill is all it takes here, and the round is going to be theirs, but it takes a while. Still, eventually, he finds a way to navigate that, and it's just Roland with 12 seconds left. He's going to get that one, but I do think they're going to be able to combine for it. Last Molotov used. Oh, no. Fireworks instead of what he wanted. The grenade's not going to kill NQC, and biguzero shows up. Still the same 19 health. paiN, they barely scraped through that round.
NQC really is that gives paiN a lot more resiliency on this A side.
I think they're going to go really fast. Yeah, so they're going to go for it, and it's because very often there's 3 people at the B bomb site early in the round. That's what they're gambling on. They weren't wrong either, by the way. There really was 3 at B. Unfortunately, the one player at Arch in DDT, the newcomer to the team, taking both of them down as they made the wraparound, but MOUZ absolutely trying to play into the timing game here. Davideus will still go down in a flank from DDT. He was trying to wrap around. He's going to be dead. So is Snow. A disastrous turn of events now as MOUZ claw their way back in the game, jumping into NQC, but he can't get up to dualies in time, and biguzero taken down. Oh no, MOUZ Sports, they had such a bad start of this round, but they make it back 7-5. To get back here for the South American team, although MOUZ are taking charge at the beginning. This is the kind of flex I love. Look at the pressure that they're putting on. There's really only one person at the B bomb side, and in theory, paiN could try to just say, okay, let's run while they're all occupied. Look at how many people they've seen already.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, it's just a straight push through the smoke into the site. Only 2 players here for MOUZ, and the USB is trying to back away and almost gets out of there. But Davideus with the frag, and Church is now under assault. Perhaps Brolin will be able to hold this position, but no, actually deciding to take matters into his own hands. And Snow goes down, and now MOUZ in a 4v4, so definitely doable for both teams at this point. But look at his spot. That is just disgusting, Addis.
He had no chance. Really educated push. I think that was his teammate shooting him. Everyone keep it calm. Watch the friendly fire here. Retake is almost running out of time already. They are not fast on this one. Davideus. Oh dear, that's 4 kills. 3 of them back to back to back before anyone could even know what's going on.
Hard read for MOUZ at the moment. 1 minute 20. It's always very difficult to know what's going on as the CTs. The information game on Inferno is like such a classic aspect of this map. Trying to seesaw the CT side with showing presence on the B side and the A side. And Torsi, much like we saw with NQC, gets that pick from the short position with the AWP. You can't go into this angle dry. And look at this. MOUZ have full control of top mid right now. That is a problem if you're paiN, because you have to be able to take top mid away, so push the defense back, and then the CTs don't know where you're committing.
He's just stood here, not even fallen back. It might be a bit of a surprise. biguzero slow around the corner, trying to edge his way through, but unfortunately walks right into the sniper. We're down to about 30 seconds now as well. 3 versus 5. If nothing else, paiN doing a bit of damage in this kind of a round. Again, that's always a secondary goal. The flank is already coming in, by the way. Exertion is pushing the bottom of Banana. If they find that out here, paiN, that is something they can use later on if they realize NQC, hold on, hold the phone. Trying to bring it back. That headshot, is that enough to get the back of the round? It shouldn't be, it should never be. 12 seconds left, they are pushing through. DDT gets another one, and Torshi's inside of the site holding on to it. 7 seconds left, they find him and run him down, and now it's Exertion. Gets the first, the bomb is planted, but NQC trapped behind the box, and Exertion, look at how hungry he is. Wants to find the shot. Grenade comes out. He's almost got him. A couple of bullets left for the headshot, taking him down. An insane clutch here. Triple kill as he gets the flank all the way through Banana to save the A-bomb site.
And so this could be worth 2 this round for either team. This is a huge momentum round. We get the early exchange for Util. Oh my goodness, AWP against AWP, Anders in the apartments. It's dangerous, but no one goes down just yet.
I kind of love it. Just running straight to the corner to try and take that fight. NQC, imagine if he would have humbled Torshi in that moment. 4 versus 5 though. Stavadea is going down at the start of it, and MOUZ holding on to this banana position, which is something that paiN on their CT side never managed to do. They could never do this.
I was thinking exactly the same thing, and it creates a really big problem for paiN because it means they have to win control towards the A site. And of course, you know, DGT able to step up in that way, taking that pick from apartments, and now the rest of the team is committing into the A site. It's really all that they have, but able to surround this now, and they can potentially split. There is still that smoke on the small pit position, and it's going to be pushed through the smoke surely in coordination with the teammates. And there we go, trade. Now just one player on the site. They can deal with Spinks, which they will. There's a great chance here now for paiN to capitalize. A 2v3 retake is not going to be easy with the situation that Brolan and Exertion are in.
Yeah, and Exertion, he's already low. I think Brolan, I don't know if they could find a better gun. I was going to say that might have been the other mission, is just to try and find the fight for the smoke for Banana.
Yeah, and it's hard to get a pick from NQZ's position. He's looking at the long spot, and the reason why it's hard is because MOUZ have banana control, so they know where paiN is on the map at the moment, so they're not going to walk into these setups. But with that said, paiN actually decided to try to split in and take that long position, and they're going to take down Spinks. Connector's open now.
It's a huge start to the round. 5-7 though, is deadly at this range. And DDC, look at him saving a couple of bullets. He knew there could be a peak. It's so high level. Unfortunately, he still goes down at the end, but he definitely had the right read on it. NQC gonna get hunted down. The sewing machine is coming for him. 2 versus 2. He will pick up the AWP and make a run for it here. That's a bit interesting. Torshi, he's expecting maybe that they will wrap to B. I think he's trying to read this game, 10 million miles ahead. He's gonna get called back. They realize now that might not have been the case after all, but with Jimfat coming through the apartments, this is a winnable round, Dan.
Yeah, this is a tricky one, especially with the orb in hand for Torsi. And okay, so positions are known. No, okay, actually one smoke for Jimfat, which could lock out both T players. That is the GOAT util piece in this retake. That's going to force paiN into a spot where they have to push the smoke and respect the defuse, which surely they're going to get on top of this real soon.
There's a flash. He's going to be flashed through right now. 10-second defuse. Oh, doesn't even matter. He's going to get shot through. Who even needs to push through the smoke at all when you just do that? And as the observers showed us, we had the kit on the other side by Archway, so they couldn't do it quickly. Biggest Zero with a nice triple in this one. Minimal utility use on both sides on Banana to begin with. Just kind of curious again. Flashing in, Jimmy trying to get the job done, but will get defeated. And look at the speed up here. They want to push behind it. Spinks, very awkward position here with the M4. He's already revealed it, and DDT picks it up, takes him straight down, save the rest. It's not even, I'm shocked to see Torshi even trying to shoot through. All right, he's going to kill Snow with that one, but I still think that's potentially quite risky.
Yeah, and I feel like paiN also, they went for somewhat of a risky opening, going really fast for apartments. If there's a world in which there's even trades, the CTs manage to hold on to the apps position, they're kind of dead in the round. But they do get the picks, and they have the confidence, and they roll onto the site. They catch a player out of position on short, and suddenly they're in a spot to be 11 and 8. And to remind all of you at home, the stats for paiN on this map, pretty terrible. They're pretty garbage. Oh, yeah. Like, they've played this map 14 times, and they have won 0 times. So this is an interesting result if they manage to clinch it. But there's a difference between getting close and actually closing the game. So we'll see what they're able to do here with this advantage.
Yeah, but honestly, MOUZ also is, starting to look maybe a bit flat, starting to feel like it's
win rate on this map. So my bad.
Dan being fair, we're almost rounding them down, but I appreciate that.
Because Zero is not slowing down. I don't know if it's just like charging through the smoke there on the lonesome.
Hell yes.
And that's a 4v5 now for paiN to have to work from, as paiN are now regrouping towards A.
Can Jimmy fall back in time? We need a kill from Torshi, and then we need Jimmy to take a wider angle. Then he can't just shoot straight up in the air. He has to go a little bit further back. Otherwise, there will be some trouble here. I think he's managed to relocate. 30 seconds left. He's not hitting the shots, but there comes the spray. A couple of good kills, ready for a third. He swings wide and takes the fight to Davideus, leaving NQC with absolutely no chance in the world. The rest of the team have already shown up. 20 seconds, and what should be an impossible clutch here. Jimmy is ready to take it all. 4 kills to his name in this round. The utility, even on the replay, the fact that the incendiary drops like that, it's just so disgusting. Speaking of utility and aggression, this time it's through the middle. Flash is so sick. Davideus is actually still getting a couple of kills. That's a banana on the other side, but Orb is pushed out. Heads up play for Snow. He somehow knew that someone was going to be there. They'll go down to Jimmy nonetheless. 2 versus 3, and Chaos is everywhere. It's a mad round. The bomb is going to be planted at B no matter what here, but the question is, do MOUZ have what it takes to retake? One of the players, that DGT, is lost on the A side of the map right now. Now, he could become a factor later on.
Now MOUZ getting closer. They may not realize that they're against that clock, and in fact, it looks like that flank is going to strike sooner than maybe MOUZ is even going to be able to push in here. DGT is getting so close. His teammates holding that church position, and there it is, the flank from the back, and that's going to be a very important kill and a very important round, because now it's over for Jinfat. Has to fall off of this position to save this gun, and the money, it is actually totally fine for MOUZ.
Yeah.
So overtime is a strong possibility here. Oh, they're stacking A-Anders. I love this from MOUZ. It's a bit of a gamble, but...
Wow.
But, so paiN, if they retake Banana, that's like the correct thing to do here, because then MOUZ is going to get caught really far out of position.
Yeah, Exertion's actually done a lot of damage, but the stack could backfire right here. He's going to get the first one, trying his best to escape, and it's not good enough. Snow hunting him down. Big opportunity at the moment. Missed shot in the middle. DGT catching any rotators. That's his 20th kill, and they're going to be there. Smoke is not what, or Flashbang's not what he wanted either. But the bomb being brought in third. It's made its way across safely for now. Roland trying to find the lineup, and it's actually a good amount of damage, but it doesn't change the fact that they've punched in the digits, and now they're 2 kills away from finding a third map. I did not think we were going to get here. Nobody did. But paiN Gaming with DGT freshly on the team. 1 day of practice with the new player, and it's been working very well so far.
And I mean, MOUZ may be going and cooking a little bit too hard in the CT round. NQZ with the kill onto Jinfat. And Spinks now, the last one standing, 1v4. Impossible odds, it feels like, coming into a crossfire. And in fact, there's a third player here as well, so it's not going to work out. But for paiN, it certainly will. An unexpected win and an unexpected third map is coming up here.
Very unexpected. Heading into this game, we talked about it. paiN had only won 14.3% of their games on Inferno the past 3 months, and now they find themselves taking down MOUZ. Peter.
As we kick up the pistol.
He really wanted to block it. That would have been so funny. But it's all going to be out long here. They have another smoke for the cross, so once they get in the position, if they can push back Davideus at the start, and they certainly will. More than that, Jimmy to take the opening kill on the third map here to decide the series with. Smoke is already thrown for the crosser. They're not going to be slowing down very much at all. You can see it landing right now. DGT trying to see if he could find the timing in front of it. Spinks with a sickening shot. Still be Picasero to hit the ground. They have so many bullets left. He's going to take down NQC with just 1 player left. You can see there's no respect here. They want to hunt him down. And what has he really got? He's got no more bullets. He's actually out of bullets. He couldn't even reload. That wasn't an option. Oh, it's a rare sight. If paiN do want to push up, which I think I've seen them in the past try and do, some of those aggressive pushes. Double HE. MOUZ are really interesting with the utility on Inferno as well. They have some interesting nade kills. Now, they're not going to use the Molotov to clear the corner. There's a standard Molotov, maybe the most thrown Molotov on the map, to clear that exact spot. They don't throw it. Smokes and the counter smoke. Running right through that one. Exertion said, no, it's time to go out long as well. It's the NQC feeling a bit of the pressure. Spinks playing it alone once again. Fantastic flash going over, but somehow it's still NQC to get the first kill on Jimmy, which leaves Torshi the only one really that could open this up. Spinks is kind of in trouble on that catwalk position here. Torshi absolutely will. Crumbs back force, got him in the corner and takes down DGT. What a sicko.
Absolutely drilling them with the orb.
paiN throwing, I think, the less optimal version of that smoke from CT spawn. There is a quicker one that, again, people don't want to throw for whatever reason. I like this from DGT. Look at the pressure. Spinks, I don't know how he wins the fight. He should be dead, because Zero is going to go down as well. And somehow, MOUZ with an advantage and a huge one early on. Snow, the only one at the site. Once he's traded, the round is essentially lost. You can't really retake. There's a lot of health lacking on MOUZ. It shouldn't make a big difference here.
Jinfa's in a good spot here to potentially catch these positions. You know what the options are, either through CT or through mid here. So Jinfa just holding on to the spots. So MOUZ have really good positions to cover for basically every possibility. And then, oh, okay, quick kill through the doors. And that kill actually came down so quickly, Anders, it might convince a retake here now.
Yeah, but look at the grenades. There's a smoke, there's a Molotov. They have another smoke and a Molotov after this. I think you're right, like it might convince them to do something, but I think it would be a mistake. And I'm glad, look at paiN making the call. It is such a temptation, especially because you're about to be down 6-0, so you just want a way back. You want to find a way to get back into this game.
Maybe they get the extra kills.
But for whatever reason, some teams just don't want to learn the other one. Maybe there's too much counterstrike to learn.
Interesting, we get the very fast Molotov that would actually prevent NQZ from getting a quick pick from Cat, but it's posted up on the other angle instead. So MOUZ making their way through middle here, and taking some damage. Love the presence from paiN. 4 versus 2, huge advantage. Now it's a 4 versus, or rather a 3 versus 2 in favor of paiN. So with this much time on the clock, there's a lot of space to work with for MOUZ.
Look at Spinks walking through the smoke in the middle. That's an insane play. I don't think anyone knows. I don't think DGT saw that. Maybe it did with the MP9 at the corner of Long, but yeah, actually, the fact that NQC's pushed out this far almost suggests that he probably does know.
But where is NQC? They got to wonder, like, where is the B player?
Yeah, it's real confusing, the Spinks right now. Brolan checking it nicely at the moment. Oh, his gun barrel showing, unfortunately. He still gets a shot. I can't explain that, and nobody else can either. Brolan at an insane disadvantage in that fight. Spinks already there.
Oh my God, Anders.
No way.
That is a really crazy kill to get. And hey, what the analysts are saying about MOUZ on Dust 2 looking real good right now. So 7-0 coming up, unless Big Azera can find an opening pick here and just get a lightning fast reaction shot, because you know that MOUZ are not going to be giving any freebies there. So he's going to just peace out with the AWP. Makes a lot of sense. You can win a round of Dust 2 with an AWP. So
scary prospect for everybody. Obviously, MOUZ being 7-0, but also the analysts being right. You know, if the analysts get too much ego, if they get too uppity, Dan, you know what happens.
True.
We get MOUZ Snake. There's already one of him.
Yeah. That's the problem. We cannot duplicate.
He saw the gun barrel. I just whatever. You have to laugh. Long control. Nicely done. And
getting active.
Yeah, he's playing to get his team back in this. I think he was doing it on Nuke at 1.2. Yeah. I like it. It's hard to do when you're this far behind. Unfortunately, Spinks is playing to win the round, and he's not far from doing that. If he had that kill, again, the round's probably over. Like, it's almost immediately done. I mean, that is a convincing timing to hit. You know, the smoke's gone past you. They're pulling their gun back out. That's a heads-up play from Spinks, but it backfires in this particular case. We've got double AWP online here for paiN, and that can be a blessing or a curse depending on the type of round the T's decide to play with a util. And they're going for a quick, like a hit that's heavy through dark hit. Oh, a whiff from DGT. He's not going to get many more chances at this one as they start to get closer and closer. And it's going to be the Molotov that burns him down anyway. Oh, no. And paiN are in a very difficult spot here, Anders. It's, again, probably not winnable. It certainly isn't now. With NQC going down, the missed op shot from inside of the B-bomb site there on paiN was, unfortunately, potentially the thing that lost them the round. Jimmy with 3 kills in that one, and you already said it, could be a blessing or a curse with the double up setup, and as hard as it is to say, he has to, right? Like, well, I'm going to hold that thought, because we get a quick push through the mid doors here, and we're going a very fast clear from paiN in the upper dark as well. So fast pace, they've got the info now. Yeah, but on the other side, MOUZ are also moving at lightning speeds. They smoke as they're running and just keep on going for it. Exertion, he will go down, but nobody can rotate in time. And what a spray from Spinks. David Deus might have had a bit of an opportunity there, but Spinks is on a mission to make life very hard for paiN. They've already won 8 in a row. He's not satisfied with that. He can get one more kill here, make it a triple for himself. Bomb being planted, and Big Azera at every disadvantage you could possibly imagine. 1 versus 3 with an MP9, 38 health here, and they kind of know where he is. It's going to be Brolan to find him at the end at 9 straight. Because then he would have known that they had just had to rush. I wonder if that was the info that they got, because normally people are a little bit more slower. Oh, there we go. NQC, he's had many great openings. It won't be this one. Torshido pushing in front. Okay. And he could have fallen back, but he is the kind of player that will, you know, just go for a bit more.
Just one more. Just one more, Anders.
I appreciate it. It does make it a little bit more fun. DGC, low on health, grenade around the corner, gonna bounce right on top of him. That is precision. And Yeah, it's the surgical strike, I believe they call it.
And now it's a 4v3, so, and with well over a minute to play, again, like the really good like Dust 2 teams.
I actually think this is very out of meta for Dust 2 at the moment is going back to circle long. And I actually think you're totally right. They thought this was going to be V-split, and that is, I'd venture to say statistically, way more likely in this kind of a round.
Yeah,
But
it's
such
kind of
a
like the
great
better
call.
thing to do because you know the two players are on A. So it's kind of like the smarter thing to do, but you play against that expectation.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're
That's-
totally spot on.
And especially with paiN, you would assume they come off a big high from winning the the Inferno game. Even if they were, it's been some cold water in their faces, double up in the middle. They both tag Snow, both the shots connecting. We need to see side by side both those clips on top of production. Get on it. I don't care how much it takes, how many resources we have to spend.
Such a classic maneuver as well. Again, it's like kind of reminiscent of the overkill of that kind of, what was it, like the Fnatic moment? Where they just like blasting the
know what you
doors.
mean.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Exertion opening up through mid doors, able to take down NQZ, so the hope is dwindling rapidly.
With Exertion spotting the long barrel of that M4A1. Takes the kill, keeps it spraying. The DGC is going to get blown up here, and nobody really cares where Big Gusira is. It's not a factor in the round any longer.
Is this like an entry for AGDQ right now? Awesome games done quick.
Yeah,
A little bit late in the year for that.
It might be. I don't understand it. 12-0, ladies and gentlemen, for the first half. We could be playing right into their hands. So Big Gusira, he's got a choice to make right now.
And that smoke is going to fade shortly. Bit of info gathering there in the mid position, but also the pressure on Cat. So yeah, it definitely feels a little awkward for MOUZ at the moment, but they don't have to force anything. They've got good positions in a 2-1-2.
It could just be Catwalk, or it could... All right, they are going to go for it. Fair enough. Exertion, nice shot. Big Gusira, the first to go down. 45 seconds. Nice Molotov to put pressure on the captain of MOUZ. Jimmy has picked up Snow in the meantime. They're sort of fumbling a bit. They're running back. They are not sure. Did they want to attack? Are they going to go back instead? Now it's NQC holding on to try and stop the 13-0. MOUZ looking to humble paiN, and they most certainly will. He's down to 7 health. It's a good shot, but the bomb is lost. There is, again, unfortunately, nothing that they could do here. paiN Gaming just shocked and stunned as MOUZ showed up more prepared, a better utility, better shots, better everything for MOUZ Sports, and they win the third map with a 13-0 scoreline, just absolutely destroying the paiN side.